Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Morning.
Morning.
How's everybody?
So far, so
Like-
good.
My blood sugar's low. I'm eating. So don't ask me anything you don't want an honest answer to this morning.
Right? No problem. We appreciate honesty. Okay, cool. Everybody's hopping on here. Well, thank you, Terry. I will thank you again for getting all the pages set up for Delitra. I dropped the ball on that. That's one of those things where you have your checklist of your launch, and you go through everything. And when that person isn't on Facebook yet, well, you skip that section and you tell them that you're going to go back to it. And I didn't go back to it. So we appreciate you jumping in and doing that for us. So, and that's what we're all here for. Everybody feel comfortable and helping. And especially if people are putting posts out on our Accountable Achievers, these people are new, they need answers, and I don't care who answers the question. Just if y'all can get back with them, if you know the answer, great. If you don't, say, you know what, and I put that out there last night. I didn't know the answer to one of Shandi's questions. He had put it on the other page, and I was hoping for somebody to answer him. I didn't know the answer to it because I haven't done all those, training modules yet, and the Kyani Pro 2. I don't know if has anyone out there done, do they feel comfortable with Kyani Pro 2 yet? Has anyone done a few things with it?
I've been using it, but there's a lot on there to learn, honestly. A lot of modules.
Exactly.
A lot of options, a lot of ways you can use it. And I learned something from Jake a couple of days ago. I had a question and asked him about it, and he gave me an answer, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, share those with us. Share us, anything that can help us, because I watched a few earlier this week, and then I got bogged down with some other stuff, and I didn't get to go back. And the end of last week I did some. So it's a process, but yeah, if there's anything that you see that is working for you, please share. And I've just gone back to, I didn't want to get bogged down in the training, and I wanted to make sure I'm still doing income producing activities. So I just went back to Messenger and, started reaching out again yesterday, because it's like, I've got to get, I got to get some people on these calls. I've got to get them on these overviews and stuff, because we've got all kinds of places to get them trained. I just need to get in touch with the people and get them out there. So anyway, any questions or anything? Everybody's quiet crew.
Quiet this morning.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a busy morning. The lawn crew's already here. I've got the fence people coming. Yay. One of those kind of days. Get things done kind of day. I'm going to go back to following up with people that you have had conversations with before that weren't interested, but just because there's you can go back to them. Things have changed. It's been over 90 days. They've got different circumstances right now, and so if you haven't done that, make an effort to do that. I had a very positive conversation with one of those yesterday. I had one that went the wrong direction, and but I just asked him to keep me in mind if he knew of anyone that needed better health, or another source of income for, where they can work from home or do whatever they're doing, and to please keep me in mind. And he said he would. So it wasn't all bad. We're still communicating, so that's good. But, he has no interest, and I was really hoping he would, because he's in fitness and all of that. I had another one that reached back out to, and we're going to connect tomorrow, Friday. She wasn't available today, so I plan to have a conversation with her on Friday. So, these are people that they know what I do. And they're, I'm just going to reach back out to them and have a conversation. So, and I am still making meeting new people too, but definitely don't leave the other ones behind. You might just reach back to them. Anything on that?
Yeah, I've got 500 people like that. I need to get back to them.
Well, get busy.
And
I
I
the whip.
I found out you don't need to wait 90 days either. So
That's
like
true.
in a pandemic, it can be a week and their whole world can change.
Absolutely. Yes. So have you reached back to some? Are you getting any kind of positive responses, or are you, where are you on that?
Two of the last 4 that I signed up were reach backs.
Right.
Awesome.
So I'm saying you got to go back. And before that, the month before, in April, 2 of the 3, I'm trying to think if the third one was, 2 of the 3 were also reach backs.
Awesome,
Okay.
Joanne.
So I'm telling you, you've already talked to these people, you've planted the seeds, you've dripped this. All you got to do is say, hey, and that's where I use the 199. I mean, that was the big thing was, okay, Ani, we've talked about it before. And in most cases, I would say 95% people's excuse was the money. Oh, that's
Yep.
just too pricey. I just can't go that per month. Well, when you let them know they will be eligible to buy it at the least expensive price when they come in at the 199. And I've had no problem.
Obviously.
But everybody wants a bargain, in this Black Friday. It's the sale day.
Yeah.
Use it.
No doubt.
Yeah. Claire, have you had any one-on-one conversations with any of the new peeps, or I got to visit with Cece, just messenger, yesterday a little bit. And
not since Sunday. I haven't had, I did talk to Alma. Alma and I had a conversation.
great.
And she loved, I loved the product overview yesterday, that Wellness Wednesday. I had wished I had waited and got that person from Tuesday on yesterday. It would have been a whole different outcome, I believe. But it's not too late. I'll still get her. I chit-chatted with her some yesterday, just talked about stuff not even related to this, to let her know that we're still friends and I'm not, holding anything against that. So no, I have not, to answer your original question, only Alma so far.
That's good. I think the other lady, like you mentioned, somebody put it out there. Oh, and Michelle responded to him. I think Sherry was asking for a recording of that overview, because apparently it was really good. And Michelle said, hey, post it out here for us. And I think that was on the shooters page, so we can share that on the achievers page as well. If we can get a hold of that, I think that would be outstanding. And
Well, I'm hoping she does. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the power hour yesterday, I just confirmed with, forgot the lady's name, Jules, that, you know, all of these things are recorded. Everything's recorded, but they're not putting them out there anywhere, you know, because people will ask, you know, is it recorded or what? And she's like, yeah, all of these are recorded, but they're not posting them anywhere. And so the only way that you're going to get access is to ask for it. And so when they hear a bunch of us asking for something, then maybe they'll get it out there for us. But it's not a standard procedure for them, like what I'm doing with our Achievers call. As soon as the call's over, I download it, I post it on the my channel on YouTube. So you can always go back to those if there's anything that you need a refresher on. I think for the most part we just answer each other's questions and we're good. But if there's anything that, you know, to go back to, I try to label them the best I can as, you know, what we're talking about. Like Joanne's a rock star.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Claire earned her freaking car qualified. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
And I think I finally got somebody that's interested in working.
Wow. What a concept.
Big news for my group.
Awesome.
I
Who
spent
knew?
yesterday.
Who knew? There's somebody out there that wants to work and doesn't just want to throw it on their plate. That's
Oh my gosh,
fantastic.
that's a long haul.
Yeah. So is this somebody you've already got in your organization?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Very good.
Yes. There again, it's reaching back.
Right. Well, hey, speaking of reaching back, I drift on Kevin Reynolds every time I see him.
I know. Him and Michael Board, they're always in my conversation. I mean, I talk to them all the time. And they both want, well, here's the thing. They want it, but they don't want to work for it.
Right.
That, you know?
Yeah. Well, and Kevin kind of did it. I mean, yeah, he did it the right way with building it fast. But you still have to keep building. You can't just build it fast and quit. But you know, it's always been said, and especially in network marketing, fast is easy, slow is hard. And you know, a good visual of that is, you know, if you stand up, okay, that's easy, right? You can just stand up, but stand up halfway, and all those muscles and all that, you know, it's like, oh crap, you know, and nope, I don't want you to stand all the way up yet. Just stay right here. And it's like, okay, well, that's hard. So there's your visual. Fast is easy, slow is hard.
I'd like to see how Jake initiated the conversation with Lisa Tang and get her back on board.
Yeah,
He's available to
that was
talk.
definitely a reach back, huh? Is Jacob
Yeah.
on? He can talk? He might just be listening.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I was really glad to see that. And I don't think Lisa was ever part of it. Isn't that that's
Van's wife.
Van's wife. That's the
Yeah.
wife. And yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't reach out to her. She reached out to me.
Oh, wow. Even better. But shame on you, Jake. You should have reached out to her.
No, I do. I've kept in touch with Ben, and I still you know, keep in touch with them every now and then. But it's not like we've got a long ongoing conversation or anything. But I do check in with Ben every now and then because he still uses the product and he still has questions and he will still talk to people. He just hasn't been actively out there seeking to do that.
Right. Yeah, I've reached out to Van a few times just, you know, to check in on him and stuff. just messages and things. But I don't know if I've ever put any, maybe a congratulations or something on Lisa's for, whatever, anniversaries or something, whatever response to things that they might have, celebrations they may have going on.
You
But
get
I
it?
haven't really talked to her. But that's awesome. And so she reached out to you, and so what did she say? Just that she's ready to try it again?
Yeah, she just said that she's been, I guess she just felt like God told her that, she should go back to Kiani or, she just said it's been on her mind and sounds like she's been praying about it. And she's a person of faith, but also she works in the healthcare industry. So
I saw that.
she sees sick people every single day. And more specifically, she just said, I know that nitric oxide is helping people recover from COVID. And so I think that that's just been, with that knowledge, I think that's been weighing heavy on her mind. Like, if you know that, how can you not share that with people?
Wow. That's great. Love it.
I've got a response from sending out Rob's video from yesterday. And that was the one that I said that's wanting to get back in. And I sent it to him and he said, thanks much for that. Trying to work on the activity part of the equation. Yay for the nitro on the other front.
Yeah.
So that was how I reached back. And that was then the response. So after he said he's working on the other half of the equation, the activity part of the equation, right away I contacted back, okay, what you need.
Yeah.
We went from there.
That's good.
Good.
So
Good,
yep,
good.
Rob, thanks to you.
Oh,
like
you're quite
that.
welcome. We all have resources that we can share.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
I like that idea, Joanne. I'm going to do that to my doctor friend. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Thanks, Rob, for sharing.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah, great job.
Heidi had a lot of great stuff on the call last night. Of course, she was loaded because she had all of that information from the women's conference on Tuesday that she was sharing. So she had a lot of nuggets to share. And it was great to see Shandi was plugged in, and so was Alma. I didn't
I was there.
Yeah, Terry was there. I didn't see Delitra. Anyways, but it was good to see that, and it was good to see a lot of people there. And
Did anyone notice that Heidi was missing an eyelash last night?
I didn't think
Oh my
anybody
goodness,
else.
only you, Rob. Rob, only you would notice that, right?
Actually, Michelle told me, so there.
Oh, Michelle, I did. Now I'm gonna wish I had the replay so I go back and look.
Oh.
Yeah, and Jason didn't make it on the call. I did get to speak with Kyle a little bit yesterday. He has Kyle's Jason's brother. He lives in California, and he's he's been struggling with all of this, and now too with just the whole negativity in the household, and because I'm sure it's got to be crazy right now if you have no income coming in. You're in theater, acting, and massage therapy. Okay, what do you do? So, anyways, he's been struggling, so he needs us to, are the prayer warriors here to pray for him, and at the same time, you know, he is reaching out. I'm trying to work with him more directly to help him with getting some people interested in sharing the product. And I think that's a good, that's a good video for him too, Rob. You know, just to show him this is what we've got. You know, this is what we have our hands on, and this is what people are talking about.
It's
Oh,
powerful
Kathy.
because it's just very short. It's a minute, 15
That's
seconds.
what I liked.
Yeah.
It is, and it shows the visualization of seeing the arteries open. I mean, oh my gosh, it did everything in a minute. That's how we want them all.
Yeah. At least Joanne and I do.
Exactly.
Can they do a launch video like that too? Oh, geez. Okay, well, you're all so dang quiet this morning. Please share something. Anything?
Well, you mentioned Kyle. Is he expressing what he needs? I mean, other than prayer, is he telling you what he's needing?
Money? People?
I've got a thought there too, Kathy.
Okay.
And it just hit me as you were talking, so I hadn't thought about this or anything, so it may come across as nuts. But he can't be the only one he knows in the situation he's in. And what if he started a group of people that were looking for options, and so that the total focus wasn't Kayani, it was looking for options, so that they could all network with each other, see what each is looking at, what they're trying to do, and in that way is able to reach out and say, hey, you know, I'm connected to this group in Houston, and this is what they're doing, and then instead of, you know, from him is from the group in Houston and what they're doing. I don't know, something like that could be a way. And he's doing it with like-minded people.
Right.
So, I don't know, but thinking about that, maybe there's a way to develop it into, as Rob was just asking, is, you know, well, what else does he need? Well, probably a way to connect, but not to come across being like so needy. And I mean, you know, the more you need the income, the harder it is not to come across like you're kind of begging people to buy it or to, you know, and
Well, yeah, and that's what, like Heidi was talking about, what you're focused on, and you focused on, you know, oh my God, you know, I need money to feed myself, to pay my bills, whatever, and instead of focusing on, you know, the solution and the outcome, you know, it's like you got to look past all the crap that's going on and look at the, you know, keep your eye on the prize, so to speak, right? So, and not, you know, and the prize just being, you know, a chance to the accomplishment of,
and the quickest way to make money, and don't judge me when I say this,
never.
is literally using it pyramid style, where if a group of 5 of them got together and each one got in, and then remember each one then gets their 3, but they just each get in, they get their product, they're taking it, their customers, but and nobody will ever convince me Miles Staller didn't start that way when he told all his friends, just get in and let's do this. And that's the bottom line of the way it grows up. So if he, you know, and then that their group of 5 is going to know all these others that aren't working and whatever, and as soon as one of them kind of hits the jade and gets some bonus, and that's put out there, and remember, on this $199, each time you enroll somebody, you get 25 back. So you right away are making money from the company. So your $199 to get in, you know, cost you $199, but your first person you got in, you got 25 back. So now yours was only $175. So just the thought of how to maybe help him.
Yeah.
That's an excellent thought. Joanne, something, hold on one second. Excellent thought, because I've joined a business owners network just to, and this is a great group of people. I mean, they're different companies. There's Ambit, there's other people on this call, but their photography, their tax preparation, their cleaning events. I mean, they're all business owners just collecting together what you just said, trying to help each other out, trying to, we do market each other's products sometimes, or just to say, hey, yeah, there's one guy on there that had a business that went under because of COVID, but he went out to keep his employees employed. He went out and bought a lawn service. And so now these people are going to work just to mow yards, and they're doing a tremendous job. They're all talking about it, but that's because he wanted to continue to help his employees. He wanted to keep them employed. So he went out and bought a lawn service. But it's a good group of network to network with. It's today again at 11:30. They have them about once a week, but there's one this morning at 11:30.
So what is it, Rob? Is it on Facebook? It's a Facebook group, and
It is a Facebook group, and we do a Zoom call, and I've given you the link before, Kathy. So I can put it out there on the Achievers, but it's just again another way to connect.
Okay.
One thing that
I think I joined the group. I think I'm in the group, but I didn't realize that it was a meeting thing that they did too.
Yeah, well, they used to meet, but they're even once this COVID thing's over, and that's what it sounds like it was. It wasn't even on the 10 o'clock newscast last night. When this thing's over, they're still going to do the Zoom meetings, but they do like to meet at different parts of Houston, once or twice a week. So it's again, I've gotten to bond with them a little bit, and it's much like Joanne said, find a commonality, find something that you can help each other out with. And again, I'll send the link out there if anybody's interested. But again,
please.
It's a good group of people to get together with.
Yeah.
And the guy I'm sorry, go ahead, Kathy.
I believe I joined the group, if I'm not mistaken, because it was one that you sent, and I didn't do it right away, but then I did. Is it the co-ed thing? Co-ed Woodland?
That's in the Woodlands.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I've joined so many groups lately. I don't know, but I can't.
There that kind of leads the group. Dr. Barron leads the group.
Awesome, cool. Terry, what do you have?
No, I was just going to say, Rob, the guy who's doing the lawn business, it fits the definition Heidi was talking about last night of people who are hungry, coachable, and have integrity. If you lose one business and you just automatically go set up another one for the people that that's a lot of integrity. You're looking out for people automatically. So that's a really good quality in somebody. You don't see that everywhere.
Yeah, well, even people within the group that they're using his service, they're all floored by how these people coming out there and they want to work, and they're trained with something else, but everybody can cut a yard. But they said the way they're doing it's like a manicure. They're just so impressed with the group of people that he has working for him.
I wonder if there's ones that were across the street the other day when I was walking. The next street over, I told my husband, I said, damn, I want to hire them. Forget our guys. And he said, we'll find out how much they are. Because, I mean, they had one guy had the thing where he was taking care of the weeds. He's spraying the driveway for the weeds. Shit, our guys, if there's a weed that's a foot tall, they're going to walk right by it. They just mow the grass. And they do a crappy job edging too, but they knock down the grass and they edge. And my husband is like rolling his eyes at them because, if he were doing it, it would be a much better job. We had a beautiful yard before then.
Hey, Kathy.
Yes.
Joanne had the great idea for Kyle, Jason's brother. And I've actually set up a number of groups on Facebook, just in my local area. And I set up one for like athletes who, they wanted to discuss strategies, a way help the little young athletes get better, or high school athletes get college scholarships and that kind of thing. If Kyle did something like that for people who are kind of like-minded, number one, it doesn't cost a penny. Number two, it tends to get a pretty good response, and inviting people to the group is a real easy thing if you've got any friends at all on Facebook, because it's almost like a meetup, which you do have to pay about $60 for, I don't know, every 6 months or something. But you can virtually send messages out and invites to people like with a click of a button.
So what's the thing every 6 months that you have to pay? What is that?
That's meetup.com or .org, one of the two. But on Facebook, you just build a new group and you call it,
right.
Unemployed monkeys who are looking for a job or whatever,
Yeah.
and you can just plug in anybody that you think would fall into that category. People looking for a better life. That's a great general term.
I love
or
it.
Entrepreneurs. There are like a ton of those on the West Houston area that I've chased down.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And, looking at yesterday, Jules was showing her, sharing her screen with us on Power Hour. And I noticed on her, she's moved here, there, and everywhere. And a lot of the stuff that she had was from San Diego, California, and some of her scripts and things like that. But I noticed some of her hashtags, and it was specific for San Diego and like San Diego athletes or whatever. And so like you're saying, and that's a great idea. I love it. And I'm going to connect Kyle to you too, just as a person that, maybe I can bounce some ideas off of each other.
Yeah. And I brainstorm ideas with people all the time, business owners and just people looking for work.
Okay.
But for something like Kyle, in a hypothetical situation, let's say you've got somebody who can, they can use a sewing machine and make pretty garments, but they don't have time. They don't know anybody. And then somebody else comes along who's part of that group who knows marketing.
Right.
And then somebody else comes along who's into sales. And, those three together could form a corporation down the road. They start off with selling 2 or 3 a week, and they get up to, 20 or 30 and go from there.
Yeah.
Just because they run into each other on a Facebook group by, happenstance almost, but it works to everybody's advantage once you know what everybody else in the group is capable of, what they can offer.
Yeah.
That's why Joanne's idea, again, one of Joanne's 400 ideas that are worth millions of dollars.
I know.
We all appreciate those.
Joanne's going to
Thank
have
you,
a
Terry.
new buddy after all this COVID. I'm glued to her right hip.
Wish me luck. I'm supposed to talk to somebody today. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll
You
see.
got it.
No
And
problem.
Rob, go ahead, Terry.
No. I was just going to say, with this group, it's phenomenal. I mean, Clara's got so much momentum right now. Everybody's doing some amazing stuff right now. Eva's like showing this real serious. She's after getting some results out there. Jake is like doing some phenomenal work. And Rob, I mean, he's like Captain America for great information. And I know he's got so many customers. I probably couldn't count them all. So, I mean, there's just a lot going on. Michelle and Candace and everybody else too.
Yeah, I think Rob has probably hit, I don't know, it's probably a close tie. I would be curious with Claire and Rob, how many times Rob has got the customer bonus more times than you think, Claire?
I think so. No, I think Rob's been doing it. I just started doing it this year.
Okay.
A few.
Yeah, Rob's
had-
been very, very consistent with that. So
I've had the customer bonus every month since February of 2018.
Okay, yes.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Mine's a
That
hit
is
or a miss.
awesome.
dang.
Yeah, mine's a hit or a miss. Hey, Rob, what
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
call the on? You gave it a name yesterday.
Smart
I call it
shot.
smart shot.
Smart shot. Thank you.
Love it. I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
me too. But
Yeah.
I thought, what did he say it was?
Yeah.
Great.
Smart shot.
Smart shot.
Hey,
You want to hear a story about Smart Shot?
yeah.
My son-in-law, who is not in the business, right? The other son-in-law, I gave him a sample the other day. I gave him one sample of the peach mango, I got a text message this morning, all capital letters. I need more of this this stuff, this shot or something like that. And I'm like, well, okay, order it.
I know where you can get it.
I know, really. He's a, yeah, right. Wake it up.
Send
And
it
then
away.
just now, as I was sitting here looking at my phone while I was listening, I had reached out to that personal trainer from Sunday, right? On Monday, I reached out to him. He never replied, so I'm thinking, dang, He just now said, I'm sorry for the late response. I'll give you a shout in about an hour or so. So
Okay.
we will see.
And he's the Advocare guy.
He's a personal trainer that, lives at the property that my daughter manages.
Yeah.
He did the boot camp that they had, a free boot camp Sunday.
Yeah.
And I just kind of shared a little bit of information with him.
Right.
So.
Well, Advocare has recently gone through some major changes, so he will be definitely interested in our business and what we have. So
You suggest
that's something I would key in, Claire. I'd key in on the stability we have and also the highest payout. Say, listen,
okay. And how about
if you could do the same thing you're doing, providing good quality products to your customers or to your clients, but get paid at a much higher rate, would that interest you?
Yeah. Okay. And grandma code is tonight. Would that be a good resource to give them?
Absolutely.
I love it. I would prefer to put anybody on that versus any of those other ones.
Yeah, I'm learning that now.
It's consistent.
But I did like yesterday's product one. That product one, if you have a customer that's somebody that's just interested in learning more about the products, that hands down, I think that Wellness Wednesday was really very good. And
Is that the one that
We'll get a
Hedrick
copy.
did? Is that the one Kelly Hedrick did?
yes, she did. She did like the explanation of the health part, and then Tara did the actual products and what Kyani can So it was good. I definitely want to get a copy of that.
Yeah, I think
Is
Sherry
this
asked for a
something
copy.
that, is that something that it can be replayed? And we can listen to it
Well,
again?
that's what Sherry Passmore was asking in one of the groups that if we could get a copy of it, because she wants to share it. Definitely, and I think Michelle shared, yes, she wanted a copy as well. So definitely I would like to also, because I have
How do
that
we
one
find
lady
out?
that's a new.
How do we find
I
out?
guess we'll wait and see when they reply.
Oh, okay.
The question just went out, I think, yes, last night or early this morning.
Okay, yeah, because I missed it down, yeah.
Take it out, get it out of the cloud or something, and post it. So after we get it, we'll post it on our page.
Okay.
But I have a friend in California that I've gone to school with since junior high, maybe even elementary school, and he has MS. And I talked to him. He was one of the first people that I reached out to when I first enrolled, and he was so excited about it. And for whatever reason, he just kind of went MIA. I have no idea, but he actually sent me a message just a few days ago, and I asked him. He said that he's still, dealing with MS, and I asked him. I said, I can't remember. I said, was there a reason why you weren't able to try the Kyani? I said, I know so many people that have had such amazing results with it. I would love for you to be one of them. And he came back and he said, I don't know. And he says, but I know, and I did a lot of research, and I know it's for me. And so I don't know why he didn't follow up with it. I don't know why I didn't follow up with him, but he is, I guess, in the middle of moving. So he's supposed to be getting back with me after he's done moving. So I was kind of stumped with that last night. I thought, well, how do I reach back out to him? How do I respond to that? If, he doesn't want to wait, he wants to wait until July 1st to get started. And, it could be money. I don't know. But if anybody else has any response to that, I would love to hear.
Well, not knowing whether or not he's a detailed person, he might just be again wanting to get his ducks in a row. Maybe he said July 1st is arbitrary date because he's got some other things he wants to handle first, and he wants to. If he's already researched county, then he knows what it can do. So maybe he wants to jump in full force at one point in time. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Well, I know he's even said that he has a lot of people that he can help with this. So,
Well, I would also put him on the grandma code tonight, Michelle, just to say, listen, I approached you because I thought you could really benefit from this. But if you know a lot of people this could help, you might even look at the business side of this, because that's one of the benefits I get with what I get to do is to share things like this with other people. And I know your heart, you're a good guy, so I want to let you just see the business side of this. And there's something tonight at 8:00.
okay. That's what I really wanted the product video for, was to send it to him so he can see all the benefits of it. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I can do that.
Well, two things on the product was Rob's little video yesterday and Mark Hedrick's one on cancer, and you hardly need anything else about the product than those two very short, under 10-minute videos. That sums up the product to me.
Absolutely.
Can somebody post that Mark Hedrick one on cancer? I haven't seen that in a while. I could definitely use that when I send it out to some people.
Okay.
If anybody's got that, thank you.
I'm
Sorry.
only laughing because it's on probably every one of my texts and emails and
Right.
It's a good one to open with.
I have a question. I went into the Wellness Simplified looking for testimonials on COPD. I couldn't find anything per se. I didn't find testimonials of people with the back problems. Does anybody know anything about COPD and testimonials?
Yeah, who was it who, do y'all remember who the person was that was talking about their relative that had, when they went back in for their next test, that they had more space in their lungs than prior? Does anyone remember?
Wasn't that Miles's grandmother or someone's grandmother?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I remember hearing it in one of the PBRs, and I want to say it was when Miles was in town. It was a grandmother that had COPD or somebody.
Yeah,
and,
might have been Miles.
And about the percentage of the air, I don't know what you're talking about, the oxygen or something. Yeah.
Oxygen in the lungs or whatever in the,
it increased.
It had increased, and that's unheard of. So yeah, but it might not be on the wellness page anymore. They've taken so many things off of that. But there are
I noticed
people out
it,
there,
yeah.
that there are people out there that do have testimonials. Oh, we just don't have them, access to them anymore.
Eva, if I was you, I'd reach out on Kairos and ask for Miles or Heidi one to say, could you give me some further information on COPD? And I'm sure they would love to share the story again.
Yeah. Or,
Okay.
Okay. Like Rob said, not specifically calling them out on it, but does anyone have any testimonials on COPD that they would like to share? And then, or that they can share with me, or any background, any stories or whatever. So, and I know Joanne used to make copies of some of the testimonials and save them. Do you have any on that or no? I know you had.
I will look back and see.
Okay.
I was so happy that I did save those way back at the beginning because afterwards.
Priscilla did that too.
Yeah, they said, it said just, they took you to the Facebook to see the rest. And And then of course they moved them. So, and there was 2 of them that I just used. One was on migraines and one was on ADD that I just sent to somebody, by the way, that I had a conversation with on Nextdoor.
Oh, wow. Stay off my Nextdoor app. I've been all over that. I wasn't even going to say that one, but I have been on it.
Sorry. You heard that, huh, Eva?
I sure did.
Okay, there's our conversation. See, I'm not the only one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Kathy's
you're right,
using
you're
it.
right.
So
Uh-huh.
jump on.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
sure
it's
will.
like a place to meet people. And, I had one, it got to the point where, it's like she wanted information. And then she was like, wait a minute. If this is network marketing, I don't even want to talk to you. I stopped talking to her. I'm like, you know what? I'll come back to you in a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah.
but, then I'll come back with, so tell me, you must have a story with network marketing. Tell me what's going on. Tell me, but it pissed me off in the beginning. So I just.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that.
But it's one of those things. You just step back and you take a breath and you say, how am I going to react to her? Instead of being Kathy, I'm going to be Claire.
No, what was going in my head? Bye, Felicia. That's what came to my head. Sorry.
One thing I find
Sometimes what rolls around in your brain doesn't have to come out of your mouth. So
there you go.
Yes.
it's called a filter.
Awesome. All right, guys. It's already 10 till.
Yay, it's my Friday. It's my Friday.
Oh,
At work.
Awesome. All right.
Okay, y'all have a
Great
good
day.
All right, everybody have a good one.
one.
Take care.
Okay,
See
bye.
you later.
bye-bye.
Okay.